Evening, folks. Very pleased to have so many people here to hear what we're going to be presenting tonight. I want to introduce a parent of a student that attended GRPS just last year. This is Brenda Behrens. And Brenda, I'm going to let you take it from here.
Good sir, please introduce yourself.
My name is Jack Prince. I'm a retired teacher here at GRPS.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming. Again, my name is Brenda Behrens, and I'm here to introduce you to Grand Rapids for Education Justice. We are a movement that consists of educators, staff members, parents, and concerned community members. Students are also with us. And we have some concerns about the future of Grand Rapids Public, and I'm going to lay out 3 of our main talking points for today. Grand Rapids Public Transformation Plan has developed a 2-tier system, and this system is the backdrop for education around our country today. This 2-tier system separates children according to their abilities, race, and economic worth. We have seen schools, and if you look around, they're in beautiful new buildings or buildings that have been completely renovated to look good. However, theme schools are essentially no different than charter schools run on taxpayer money. But this leaves thousands of kids left in schools with minimal support. This 2-tiered system functions as both a system of economic and racial apartheid. The second point, in many ways, what we are seeing at Grand Rapids Public Schools is what we are seeing nationwide. There is a $40 million pipeline that runs from Ada right through the center of our district. When Betsy DeVos was confirmed as the Secretary of Education, only one superintendent from the country was invited by Betsy to be a part, and that was none other than Teresa Weather O'Neill. Betsy's charter ideas are directly related to the Grand Rapids Public School Transformation Plan, and that transformation plan is changing the look of education in our country today. We are essentially privatizing public education in this country and in West Michigan, the home of Betsy DeVos. Our home has served as an incubator for the type of education policy she is imposing on the rest of the country. Lastly, Grand Rapids for Education Justice wants to knock down these barriers for all students. We want to take public education back to where it belongs, and that starts with Grand Rapids Public Schools. As a parent of a child with disabilities, I have seen firsthand the clear bias in how some students are treated over others. We want to make sure that all students are treated equally and are able to get the best education possible. We invite the community to join our fight for public education. You can find us on Facebook at Grand Rapids for Education Justice, or you can email us at informedteachers@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Brenda. I have something to speak just extemporaneously here. I know that after this evening, you're going to know more, at least in our viewpoint, of what a 2-tier system looks like. To do that, we're going to present a lot of data. But more powerful than data is a personal testimony, of which I'd like to share one briefly. As a teacher for 10 years in Tier 2 schools within GRPS. One of those was a school for pregnant women. One was a school called Juvenile Justice Walkus Center. Another one of those schools, the third school, was called Southeast Career Pathways. While I was at Southeast Career Pathways, we formed a debate team in my journalism class. One of the girls was so avid, she wanted to compete. She wanted to go and have debates with other schools. We asked the principal if we could go and debate at Forest Hill School, where the teacher who I knew was going to entertain us, educate us, and have camaraderie with our students and help them. He knew it was a fledgling program, but he opened that door up for our opportunity. The principal told us, however, these students don't get opportunities like that, and there isn't funding on top of that. That girl was so heartbroken, she walked, she didn't have a vehicle, she walked to this very building, down these streets, to the boardroom, tried to get a chance to speak to the board. She was turned away. Tonight, we believe that we are a voice for those disadvantaged, disenfranchised students. I might add, all of the alternative ed buildings that I worked in have summarily been closed. It was a stated objective in the boardroom that they were going to do that. The alternative ed students aren't the type of students that really look good for cut and ribbing students. It's the big flashy museum schools with out-of-district students that really sell well. But we're here to talk for those, again, disenfranchised students. We're glad you're here. We hope you see us again after the board meeting for questions then. And Brenda, I thank you, and I thank all you folks.
Southpaws is financially supported by contributions from listeners like you. Help support independently produced media by going to patreon.com/Southpaws Radio.